In this lesson, we're going to learn the palm downward block in an L stance. Now, palm downward block looks like this. So you're going to bring both arms up together, up high, just like this. And then when you bring them down, this hand is going to go backward into the chambered position, and the front hand is going to come down like this. In front of you, well, in front and beside your front leg. So if I have my right leg in front, the right hand is going to be doing the blocking. The left hand is going to be back. So you notice when I'm doing this technique, you notice that the block is not over here like this. It's not over here. The opponent is directly in front of me. So I'm protecting in front, right here. And I see a lot of schools do this where they're turning the fingers forward this way. You don't want to do that with palm downward block. Your palm downward block, the hand should be turned sideways. So your fingers should be pointing this way. So if I have my right hand in front, my fingers are pointing that direction. So the hand is exactly sideways. This is your blocking surface right here. And if things went wrong, you still have the arm as a blocking surface, but you certainly don't want to take anything here. The palm is the blocking surface for this technique. So you can stop, knock down an incoming attack, whether that's, say, a side kick that's coming or a front snap kick. You swat it down. So this hand comes up and then drops down. And you bring your body weight up and then drop it down for the block. So it's almost like a shock absorber. You kind of bounce when you do this block. So you come up and then you drop it and then come back up after you block. So this one lets you get down low for techniques that are coming down here. You're protecting your whole middle section and you're protecting groin area. For example, somebody's doing a front snap kick. You have to be careful. You don't want to block down near the foot. That's where all the power is. But if somebody was kicking you and you did palm downward block, you're going to be blocking up on the shin or up closer to their knee when you do this. So it's not going to get damaged. Your hand is not going to get damaged blocking up by the knee of somebody who's doing a kick and you swat the leg down. For example, if it was a front snap kick. If it was somebody doing a side kick, then you're swatting down the side of the leg. This technique is almost always used with a backward step. So if the attack is coming, I'm going to step back and swat it downward. And then, of course, I can do my counter attack, whatever I'm going to do after that point. But looking at it from the side, so if you're in L stance, both hands move up together like this, body weight up, and then drop it down like this. So fingers pointing that way. So left leg in front, left hand in front. So dropping it and then springing back up slightly at the end. So that is single palm downward block. And there are other applications for this technique, of course, as well. So you can imagine if you had an opponent coming at you, you could use the palm downward block. Again, a backward step and palm downward block. You could push somebody down with this. So imagine pushing on the back of somebody's head and shoving them down to the ground. So somebody who just tries to come forward, somebody who tries to lunge in at you, you can step back and push them down using this block. If you're in a fighting stance, right, it's very easy to come back and push down. If somebody's doing, for example, a grab, so if somebody has grabbed hold of you, you know, you can push down on that arm using a palm downward block and then strike over top of it. For example, let's say that somebody is in fighting stance. So somebody is in a fighting stance. You could use the palm downward block to knock down one of their arms. So taking one of their hands down, again, and then striking over top of it. So removing part of their guard using the palm downward block to create an opening that you can then strike through. So there are a number of different applications for this block. Of course, you have to be, the reason why this is a higher level block, again, is because the hand is a more vulnerable blocking surface than, say, using forearm, some of the other blocking tools that we've been using. You have to be a lot more careful when you're talking about your fingers, your palm. Everything has to be kept together. Everything has to be tight. You don't want to leave a thumb sticking out. You don't want to leave your fingers splayed out when you're blocking. Everything has to be tight, and you need to have hands conditioned. They have to be toughened to be able to start using these as striking tools and blocking tools. So, practicing palm downward block in an L stance. 2, 3, turn around. 2, 3, and turn around. Good, looking at that from the side. So again, palm downward block in L stance. 2, 3, turning around. 2, good, and turning around. Good. So again, looking at the position of the block, right? Arm is bent, hand is brought across, fingers pointing this way, not straight. If you do this, you don't have any blocking surface, and there's a good chance that your fingers are going to get broken like this, especially if it was a front kick. So from here, turning them in, blocking down this way. Don't bring the arm too close to your body, and don't have it so far out that you're reaching. So let the attack come to you, and then swat it down using palm downward block. So that is the single palm downward block in an L stance.